Due to unseasonably warm weather, about 90% of Georgia's massive peach crop has been lost this season. What impact might that have on peach growers here in the Sooner State? To find out, we sent reporter Steve Shaw to Porter, Oklahoma, where their iconic peach festival is underway, and he actually came back. Steve.
Rich, Oklahoma growers know what growers in Georgia are going through. Levacy Orchards in Porter is the largest in the Sooner State, and they felt more than their share of pain before.
As a matter of fact, this year's peach crop, knock on wood, is shaping up to be Levacy Orchard's first full crop in 5 years. 2 freezes, a partial freeze 3 years ago during the pandemic, and a big hailstorm last year were the blame.
Everybody in the nation eats some of our peaches occasionally. People travel through this area and pick up peaches to take to Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Kent Levacy's family has owned Levacy Orchards since 1966. When Kent's great uncle, Austin Levacy, bought the farm. Unfortunately, Austin had a heart attack and passed away 2 years later, which thrust Kent's father, David, who was a Bartlesville postal carrier, into the delicate fruit farming world, something he had to learn on the fly. Levacy Orchards has more than 140 acres of peaches, which encompasses 10,000 trees. Levacy says in a good year, Oklahoma orchards produce just under 9 million pounds of peaches, which he says ranks the Sooner State in the bottom half of the top 10 nationwide. He says Georgia's misfortune will drive the price of Levacy peaches up a little this year.
They don't all get ripe on the tree at the same time. We'll be picking about every 3 days for a couple of weeks, and we grow 40 varieties of peaches or so, just so you can have a real long harvest, because we're not going to, these are Glow Havens we're right in the middle of right here, and this variety will last 2 weeks, so you got to have other varieties. We're probably picking about 10 varieties right now, and you just try different kinds, because some of them make it through a freeze better one year and some don't. Some have a little bit more disease resistance, some have more ability to get good size.
Horticulture experts Benjamin Franklin Blackledge and his brother Harold came to Porter, Oklahoma from New Jersey in 1915. They grew strawberries and planted peach trees. The risk involved, primarily because of the weather, was reflected in this 1937 Daily Oklahoman article when it quoted Ben Blackledge, who was Joel Fisher's grandfather.
Fruit growers are the biggest gamblers on earth, so I believe it.
Fisher's family, who once boasted the largest peach orchard in the state, sold many years ago. He says his granddaddy would look fondly on the Levacy family legacy.
I'm proud of them. I'm glad they continue. They're much more diverse than we were, so they've been much more successful.
Levacy says their goal each year is to pick 1 million pounds of peaches. Some years that's easier said than done. Levacy says his family employs more than 60 workers each year. Some work full-time, year-round. Some are high school students looking to make a few extra bucks.
Well, we couldn't exist without them. We'd be out of business immediately. You know, that was the most important decision my father probably ever made, or one of them, is to start getting, when Hispanic employees came here wanting to work on July the 20th of 1982, and he hired the first ones. And there's one of the gentlemen behind me came here in 1983, so he's been here, or 84, so this is at least his 40th year here harvesting fruit for us. And their loyalty and the long hours they work when they see ripe fruit here, because they're just like us. One thing they can't stand is to see fruit go to waste. So they'll work daylight till dark trying to prevent, anything from keep us from losing the crop.
Levacy orchards also grow other fruits and vegetables. They sell at the Levacy Orchards Farm Market.
We grow probably 15 or 20 acres of apples and 30 acres of watermelons, and we grow an acre or two of blackberries and small acreage tomatoes, okra, cantaloupes. Grow pumpkins in the fall, 30 acres or so.
And at the nearby Levacy Peach Barn, there's a restaurant, a full bakery with fresh cobblers, fried pies, even peach ice cream.
I watch him every Friday night on the Oklahoma News Report.
We're doing a story on the sisters-in-law Carol and Billy Capo came in from McAllister to grab some peaches at the Peach Barn.
You know, you can make whatever you want with them, do whatever you want, and then I freeze them too, and that way I kind of have them for a while.
A notch above what you'd find at the grocery store.
Oh, probably about 5 notches.
They're heavy, but they make the best peach cobbler.
And I bet you know how to make that.
I've learned.
Retired 34-year Porter school teacher Paige Pratt manages the Peach Barn. Her aunt and uncle sold the orchard to Austin Levacy all those decades ago.
My goodness, when we sold them, it was $13 a bushel. That was the most I ever remember us charging, and they've gone up a lot.
These days, Levacy peaches go for $55 for a half bushel, a result, Kent Levacy says, of rising labor costs, and maintaining these orchards has skyrocketed as well.
It's a 24-hour day if you stop and think about it. You know, they don't get much rest, especially during the season. But yeah, it starts in February and it doesn't end till Christmas.
Crystal Levacy is married to Kent Levacy's nephew and is in charge of the 57th annual Porter Peach Festival that started Thursday.
Live music, a culinary contest, a parade, tractor pulls, mud bog, all sorts of things. We have over 25 food vendors and we have over 50 arts and crafts, wine and spirits, and different other vendors for you guys to do all of your shopping.
Been eating them all week. The 57th annual Porter Peach Festival runs through Saturday, as a matter of fact. Rich, Saturday is their biggest day.